Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Little G-Fan Show. G-Fan Dad here. I want to start the new year by thanking everyone for their praise and support on my Christmas episode. And I hope all the little G-Fans out there had a special Godzilla toy collectible underneath the tree. Starting out the year, I wanted to explore an avenue of Godzilla collecting that I know the little G-Fans will really enjoy. Godzilla plushies! So I know all little ones would love to have a teddy bear or some other stuffed animal. But when they're special little G-Fans, you know they would really like and enjoy finding that special Godzilla monster as a plushie. So a majority of these were released by a company called Toy Vault in the mid to late 2000s. And they released a lot of monsters, some obscure, some well known. But the most special one, I think every little G-fan should start out with, is this little one right here. This is my first Godzilla plushie. It was my son's first companion in his crib when he was born. And you can tell his cute little face, he was well loved. But he's a nice little Godzilla plushie for them to start out with. And when they get a little bit older, another set of cutesy Godzilla plushies is the SD line right here in front. You have SD plushie Rodan, Little Godzilla, and SD Godzilla, of course. Great little monsters with big mouths and very adorable looking eyes. Toy Vault also released, let's start over here. We have Ebera, the sea monster. Gabara from Godzilla's Revenge. I like his particular plushie because he got especially the little horns and his little hair that he had in the movie. And here we have the impressively detailed Kaiser Ghidorah. Now this plushie has these really awesome golden scales running over its whole body. You can see shimmering in the light. The two tails and the two wings. Of course, the incredibly menacing three heads. And now one of my favorites here, Angulus. He does have some interesting looking eyeballs, but he's got his spiky back and spiky tail. You can tell he's the great Angulus, one of my favorites. Now, here's another impressively detailed plushie. Here is the Batra larva plushie. So this one, let me move these guys out of the way so I can show you more of this one. So this plushie has all the detail of the movie plus a little bit more. As you can see, all of the little appendages down here, each one separate and shining. The tail and menacing looking head. A little scary plushie, but if they're a fan of the 93 Mothra movie, this might be the perfect plushie for your little G-fan. Okay. Now here we have a monster we don't see too often. The menacing Godzuki from the Godzilla animated series in the 70s. I know he was a joke of the show, but he makes for a quite adorable looking plushie. Because not often we see the little flying Godzilla around anymore. And here is Biollante and her 4 tentacles, which I believe have the bendable capability. So they can just hug your little G-fan and be hugged by Godzilla's one of the biggest adversaries ever. Now, those are some of the Toy Vault plushies. I want to go into this before I get into the big guy here. Here we have the teeny baby King Ghidorah plushie. Now there was a line of these released as well. I'm not sure what year this one came out, but it was released with a good old-fashioned teeny baby tag right there. A nice little Ghidorah plushie. Now, for one of the biggest Godzilla plushies, we have the supersized Toy Volt Godzilla plushie, who stands about almost 2 feet. And he has incredibly great detailed claws, feet. What I like about this plushie is his dorsal fins, which run all the way down the back. Each one's separated, so they just kind of wave as he stomps around. And the menacing Godzilla face. Now that is way better than any teddy bear. And he's quite huggable for your G-fan, who might be even the same size as this. He only stands maybe 6 inches shorter than my little G-fan. Now, these guys are a little bit tough to find. I came across a majority of these at an estate sale in the New Orleans area, but they can be found either on eBay or any kind of online outlet. So just got to keep a lookout if there's one you like. There are several of them that are a little bit harder to find, including Space Godzilla, Hedorah, Gigan, and Megalon. They're really neat plushies, but they're probably the ones that are the hardest to find. That might be the most costly. And if your little G-fan needs to have a Godzilla plushie right now, and these are just quite hard to find in your area, these little Godzilla plushies released from Toy Volt can be found in Target and Walmart's. I've seen them there. This little bitty version of him, he ran around $10. There's also a bigger version of this guy who's almost as big as this guy. I think he ran around $30, and he also shakes when you hug him. But there's wonderful Godzilla plushies out there. Just got to take a look, because I believe they even released some from, I believe, the Sega line. But there you go, guys. There's all the Godzilla plushies that I hope you'll have fun looking for your little G-fan. There's so many they won't fit on this desk. But I hope you enjoyed this portion of the show. And Godzilla and I say thank you for watching. Hey everyone. Now I'm going to go turn it over to my good friend and fellow G-fan and his little G-fan for this special portion of this episode.
Hey, fellow G-fans. We're here at my daughter's room with Hazel. Say hello, Hazel.
Hi.
Okay, so Steven invited us to his amazing channel, Godzilla figures, toys for little G-fans. And so in this episode, we're talking about plushies. And so we actually have here in our household a nice little collection of Godzilla plushies from specifically from Toy Vault. They're really fun, incredibly hard to find. And so we're here and we're going to talk about each one. So we have, would be Hazel, which one's your favorite? Space Godzilla?
Yeah, Space Godzilla. And Bob Dylan.
Yeah. And Violente. Where's Violente?
Yes.
Here. Violente being one of the harder to find ones. And Space Godzilla, thanks to her Theo Steven. And we have Ibera. Actually, this one's pretty easy to find. You can find on Amazon, some dealers as well. We also have, this would be what, your 14-inch Godzilla plushie, right? 14, I think it's 14 inches. She, one of her favorites too. And a little bit beaten down because of all the play. And we also have Gabra. I think Gabra you're able to find, but I got this one about a year ago. And we have another one from the trying to figure out, this is from, I think there was a Kickstarter for these. Excuse me, I totally forgot the company. But these are pretty easy to find. It's a nice, a little deformed baby G holding a bus salute. Bless you. So we like playing with them. Oh, we also have Titanosaurus. Where's Titanosaurus?
Dinosaur?
Behind you, atrás de ti. Titanosaurus.
Yes.
Yeah. So we also have Titanosaurus.
Yes.
This actually was my first one out of my collection from Toy Vault. I found this at a Lone Star comic book store in around the HEB area, Hearst. Pretty cool quality, a little bit beaten down as you can see from the where this just came naturally from his neck. The golden scales have come off, and so yep, it came out 2006. So I still have the tags, just to have it, but Valent is a lot of fun. Say thank you, Steven. Yeah, so Space Godzilla, he's the new member out of the bunch. Pretty nice detail, she loves it.
Yes, I do.
And no, we have a lot of fun with these. I know that as the years go by, they are coming harder and harder to come across. But no, I mean, I know some collectors, they put them then in glass cases, but for us, I have my own collection, but of G stuff, but for these, I mean, they're perfect for little G fans, so they can play and bash, and they're Space Godzilla's kissing Titanosaurus. Look at that. All right, well, thanks a lot for the invitation. Thanks for having us, and please subscribe and like for the Little G Fan Show by Steven, and hopefully we'll see you guys again soon here at the Rodriguez household. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.